State University, the host site for tonight's LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Turpin Stadium under the lights as Natchitoches Central hosts the state champion Opelousas Tigers. Hi everybody, welcome up high above alongside former LSU national champion Derry Beckwith. I'm Garrett Walford. We're kicking off week 6 of the high school football season, and Natchitoches Central is looking for their first home win of the year. Derry, the Chiefs are going to be tested on defense by two-time All-State running back Deshaun Ford of Opelousas.
No question, Natchitoches Central has an extreme challenge ahead of them tonight. Deshaun Ford is a beast. He had an incredible junior year, but anytime you play a physical back like Deshaun Ford, one man cannot bring him down. You have to get 11 guys to the ball.
1,700 yards a year ago and 30 touchdowns for Ford. Opelousas quarterback Zach Malvo had the Tigers last week, but he came out with an injury. Coach Zachary tells us he's back. Derry, let's talk about keys to the game.
For Opelousas, anytime you play a away game, you want to start fast and get some points on the board. Also for Opelousas, they want to regain that hunger. They only have one win on the season. They had a tough schedule, but coming off that state championship game, maybe they have a little hangover. They have to start fast today and regain that hunger. And for Natchitoches Central, play loose and relax. Don't try to do too much. And tonight is to create a winning attitude. You want to play winning football, don't make mistakes, and see if you come out with a victory tonight.
We're ready to get kicked off here. And our Thursday night game of the week is underway. Opelousas kicking off, and the Chiefs will motor it up to about the 30-yard line and makes the spot. Smith's thrown for 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns this year. He's touchdowns this year. He's completing 57% of his passes. Big tackle there by Kyron Moore, the 6'1 senior.
If I'm Natchitoches Central offensively, Opelousas has an experienced defense. You want to get some quick throws for this quarterback to make him comfortable.
2nd and 3 with the pitch and the run. And the piles pushed backwards by Opelousas. Got it just shy of the 40. Running the rock has been Kerry McGraw and Kelton Howard. Natchitoches Central has rushed for 100-plus yards twice this year. Once against Captain Shreve, the other against Houghton. Third down and 2 coming up for the Chiefs. Opelousas would love to get off the field in just 3 plays. Smith can certainly scramble back there. He's rushed 47 times for 164 yards, averaging almost 4 yards a carry. They'll pass into the flats. And that'll be a big stop for Opelousas. Guess who? Kyron Moore. 2 plays on this first drive.
Big play that time by Kyron Moore. They try to get the bubble screen out in the flats to the running back, but Kyron Moore does an outstanding job of reading it, coming up, and making a play.
Should bring out the kicking team for Natchitoches Central. We'll see what they choose to do here. Lost 3 yards on that last play, 4th and 5. They're going to go for it off their own 36-yard line. Still 15 seconds on the play clock. Huge moment early on in the ballgame. Opelousas would have great potential, and it's just a quick kick, and nobody back there for Opelousas to field it. That'll roll to the 20 and be down at the 18-yard line. Nice job by Owen Smith. No return there. And Opelousas' heavy rushing attack will come on the field. 40 yards on the punt. 46 on the punt. Not exactly the start that the Chiefs want.
It's not. You want to try to, like I said, they try to get some easy throws for the quarterback. And Opelousas has an experienced defense. They have Division I players all over their defense. And so now what you want to do, like we talked about in the pregame, the keys for Natchitoches Central defensively is to get 11 guys to the football to make sure they can stop this running attack of Deshaun Ford and Opelousas.
Zacchaeus Malvo, the 6-foot senior, leading the offense. He missed the last 20 minutes of the game last week at Zachary. The Tigers actually had the lead before he was knocked out of the ball game. Malvo looking to throw at the 15. Sidearms it, Mahomes, and that's a first down to about the 40-yard line. Great pickup by Corey Fontenot. Pretty good accuracy.
Good job that time by Zach Malvo, breaking the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield. And like you said, Garrett, Mahomes like sides on the ball for a complete pass to his wide receiver, Corey Fontenot.
Opelousas, of course, won the Division II state championship last season. They beat Cecilia 26-13 in the Dome. They were the number 12 seed and actually made it all the way to the Superdome. Here's Deshaun Ford, our first look at the big man, 220 pounds, a shade under 6 feet tall, and he is smothered into the sideline. Our starting offense for Opelousas brought to you by Farm Bureau. Malvo at quarterback, Ford and Major in the backfield, Fontenot and Zachary along with Guillory out on the edge. Ardoin, Lestraps, Rito, Broussard, and Green across the offensive line. Most of them are upperclassmen. The only sophomore is Grant Lestraps, who's a big boy over 6 feet tall on the line.
In the last offensive possession, as you saw, Natchitoches Central did a great job of stretching that play out for Deshaun Ford, and he wait until his cavalry gets there and we're able to force him out of bounds. So that's what you're going to have to do tonight, play great team defense against his running attack.
Whistles blow.
Flag on the play.
Number 26, Cody Major, was in the backfield. He's a 5'10 junior running back.
Dead ball, legal motion on the offensive line.
So now second and three becomes second and 8.
And talking to Natchitoches Central coaches, everybody's talking about Deshaun Ford, but they said Cody Major, the backup running back, number 26 from Opelousas, is just as dangerous and explosive.
Our head referee tonight is Dale Hargrove. So now second and 8. Ball on the 44-yard line. Malvo fakes the handoff. Here's the rollout. Throws across his body. And that's a couple yards high over Fontenot. Starting defense for Natchitoches Central, Austin Sewell, Christian Law, and Jarrell Palmer on the defensive line. They're assisted by Case Singletary. Linebacking crew, Young, Walker, and Jacarius Brown. And the defensive backs, pretty talented for them as well. Ty Jernigan, number 1, multiple season starter at corner. He's assisted by Dallas Demery. Big man in the middle, Jarrell Palmer, 3rd and 8. I don't know if they're going to run Deshaun Ford at the big man. We'll see what they choose to do here. 3rd and long.
If I'm Natchitoches Central, if I'm the defensive coordinator, you got him in a 3rd and long situation, see if you can bring some pressure and get Malvo in a situation where he's not comfortable with.
Major in the backfield. Malvo rolls out to his left. They need 8. He reeled that one in, but out of bounds. That pass intended for Corey Major.
Right here, Malvo rolls out. Natchitoches Central does a good job of maintaining their lanes. DB stayed in coverage. They're able to force incompletion, caught the ball, but it's out of bounds. And this is a great win for this Natchitoches Central defense. We talked about playing with a winning attitude. So when you come out and you get a stop on your first drive, especially with all the attention going to Deshaun Ford, you heard it all week, stop Deshaun Ford, stop Deshaun Ford. For them to come out and make a stop, it's a win for this Natchitoches Central defense.
Landon Hammond, number 13, back to punt. Could see Jernigan back deep. Hammond's kick is away. This one's fielded by Jeremy Lowe. Lowe is smothered for a loss.
Jeremy Lowe with the catch. Be Central's ball, 1st down.
Well, Derry, I'm on board with you. I think for Coach Brad Laird in his first season with Natchitoches Central, that's definitely a win. He's going to send the offense back out there, and they've got to do what they do best. They've got to find a way to get some rollouts for Owen Smith. He's been very dangerous using his legs when he gets out of the pocket. There's a closer look at our quarterback.
You want to get him some easy throws. Get him on I always say this, every high school quarterback, you always should give them an option to run or throw the ball. So that's why you roll them out and make sure that even this drive, I'm looking for some screen plays and things of that nature to maybe slow this Opelousas defense down from applying pressure.
He's thrown for 9 touchdowns. He's run for 2 more. This one's over the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at our starting lineup, brought to you by Farm Bureau. The offense for Natchitoches Central: McNeil, Cootie, Johnson, and Braggs on the offensive line. No starters back on either the offensive or defensive line for Coach Laird. He talked about line development, a major issue going into the season. Maybe tonight they'll have an opportunity. Rollout by Smith, looking downfield. He took a hit, but connects the pass to KJ Newton. 1st down, Chiefs.
KJ with the catch. 1st down.
Newton's just a sophomore.
Good job that time on the fake toss bootleg. Again, gets him on the rollout, keeps his eyes downfield, was able to hit KJ Newton for a first down.
Newton's got great numbers, averages over 18 yards per catch, has a long of 66. From the far right hash, Smith with a fresh set of downs. It's a pitch. Shuttle pass over the 40. 45-50 pass misfield. Throws the shoulder, and Natchitoches Central is working. Mason Brittle.
Britton on the carry for Central. It's who's gonna move those chains.
The junior tight end might have had that erased due to a flag. We'll see what the officials say. And they're going to pick it up. So the ball up to the 42-yard line of Opelousas. 2 big chunk plays in a row for the Chiefs. Kelton Hauer was looking for another, and flags fly.
And Garrett, that's how you play with the attitude. Great finish on that run by Mason Britton on that shovel pass.
Holding 78 on the offense. Complete second down.
Let's take a closer look here.
When we talk about having great play calling for this quarterback, the shovel pass, Mason Britton gets it upfield, follows his blockers, and at the end, I love this, Garrett, finishes with the authority, get out of my way, and threw him out the club, Garrett. That's what I like.
Derek was fired up.
It did. It got me fired up. Great job that time by Mason Britton finishing the run.
Whistles blow before Smith can get the snap.
That brings excitement to your team, though. When you see a guy run a guy over, playing with physicality, it does something to not only the sideline, but it does something to the stands.
Yard marker says it's the second down, but after the penalty, it should be first and 20 to go. The official's saying it's second as well. Brad Laird, the head coach, walked out for just a moment to clarify with the officials.
It's a correction. It is still first down.
So first and 20 from the 48-yard line of Natchitoches Central. Interesting running looks here. Into the line, power shot. The defense for the Opelousas Tigers, Ardwin, Jonathan Ford, who's also an all-state player, and Devin Stevenson on the defensive line. Corey Amos goes 6'4" at linebacker, and an Arby and Owens, the cornerbacks. Timeout. We'll be back. The Chiefs on offense when we return here in Natchitoches.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Second and 20 for Natchitoches Central. Welcome back to the LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Pressure on Smith. He avoids it, makes a cut up the field. He's in Opelousas territory. Big hit at the end of the play. And Corey Moore, the 6'4" senior linebacker, draws a flag. That could tack on 10, maybe 15 yards.
Great toughness that time by Owen Smith and taking the blow in the delivery, but again, using his legs to make something happen.
Flag in the backfield as well. Might have offsetting penalties with a hold. And the tackle on the quarterback.
Have 2 fouls on the play. Holding on the offense, number 79. Dead ball. Late hit on defense. We'll apply both pennies.
Take a closer look here.
Right
I see the hold by 79.
Yeah, with the hold at 79. Owen Smith keeps his eyes down the field, gets with the field. And right here, once the quarterback commits to slide, as a defender, even though it's hard, you have to pull up. Once he commits and basically he's defenseless, as a defensive player, you have to pull up.
And to correct, that was number 7, Kyron Moore on the tackle. Smith's tough. He's still looking at 2nd and 20. Ball remains on the 46-yard line. Smith looking off a receiver left side. 2 tackles converging on him. Gets one away. Almost intercepted. Landon Hammond got a mid on it. 3rd and very long coming up.
Right, Owen Smith, he had Britton down the sideline. If he would have let that ball go, he maybe would have had a completion just a little bit late on the throw and avoids a disastrous play for interception.
Owen Smith and the Chiefs average almost 225 yards passing per game, 100 yards rushing per game. They've looked a lot better on this second possession.
They have. And like I said, Owen Smith, it starts with him being a competitor, playing physical, playing smart. And if he leads his football team the right way, they can be successful tonight.
Smith on 3rd and 15, fakes the handoff, gets his feet set, lays it down the field, and it's short. The 50-50 ball is almost picked off. That's into the hands of Caden Arvey and through his fingertips. 4th down.
Again, they try to roll him out that time and see if they can make something happen. Opelousas did a great job defending. Right here on another bootleg, a lot of misdirection. Opelousas did a great job of being disciplined with their eyes, and they were able to make a play on the ball that time. Great job by Brendan Young.
Trying to find Dylan Braxton, the senior wide receiver. Coach Laird called him a warrior. There's Coach Jimmy Zachary, who last year brought the first state title home for Opelousas. They won in the Superdome and almost had to win it in court, too. They got it back. Punt coming, and Jalen Owens is back deep, sophomore. Owens will watch that drop and take an Opelousas bounce just in front of the 20. Our game tonight is brought to you by Coca-Cola, real magic. MMR, building on a tradition of success. Ochsner and the Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. And Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Beautiful setting here tonight on campus at Northwestern State. Zacchaeus Malvo back in for his sophomore season. Malvo, a talented veteran quarterback. He's also an all-state baseball player. Just one of those guys you love to have on the field. Deshaun Ford can't keep his feet. Motors up towards the 30-yard line.
I expect a heavy dosage of Deshaun Ford in this drive right here. They get the lead straight up the middle. Great physical run, keeps his balance, spins off a tackle. So I expect Deshaun Ford to make his name on this series. Obviously, the first drive, they try to mix it up by throwing the football, maybe catching his knack at the central off on their heels. But Coach Zachary probably saying, look, let's go back to our bread and butter and run the football.
Let's see if they go with Ford here on 2nd and 2. He's being recruited by all the heavy hitters, including Alabama, Florida State, Miami, and LSU. Malvo to Ford. Up the middle for a first down and more. The senior moves the chains.
Good first down for the Tigers.
Right here, again, simple run up the middle. One thing about Deshaun Ford that makes him so great as a running back, he always keeps his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage. You very rarely see him running sideline to sideline or having his shoulders turned to the sideline. His shoulder pads are always square to the line of scrimmage, where he's able to read and react and make the proper cuts.
Number 74, Connor Wynn, the big defensive lineman, in on the tackle of Ford. Fresh set of downs for the Tigers. And fresh legs for Deshaun Ford. He's up to midfield, back-to-back first down runs. Again,
lead up the middle, great hold, great block by the tight end for right there for Opelousas. Deshaun Ford finds the hole and picks up another first down. Like I said, I think this is going to be a heavy dosage of Deshaun Ford on this drive.
Talk about the job the left side of the offensive line's doing. That was a huge hole for him to burst through.
Garrett, I think, man, you could have went through that. We probably scored a touchdown.
I would have fumbled.
What you think? You would have fumbled.
Too wide, top of your screen for the Tigers. Ford remains in the backfield. Whistles blow. I'm not sure if this is a timeout or
Delay
not.
a game in the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That'll back them up 5 yards on the delay of game.
yards. First down.
The Tigers invaded Zachary last week. They had a second half lead. Deshaun Ford had a 78-yard touchdown run, put his squad up 6-3 in the third quarter, but after Malvo was injured, he missed the final 20 minutes of the game, and Zachary came back, threw a couple touchdowns on, and ended up winning 24-6. Timeout by Coach Zachary.
Lot Oil, International Paper, Piggly Wiggly Supermarket, the Red House, Natchitoches, Snack, Central Band Booster Club, Southern Classic Chicken, Legacy Cafe, New Orleans.
The High School Spotlight is in its second season and airs live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on the LHSAA Network Live channel. The High School Spotlight features all the top stories in high school athletics from around the state in all the sports. Jimmy Zachary, making his name known in Opelousas, elevated this to a state championship program. They certainly had a front-loaded schedule this year. I think they'll have a chance to improve their record via district play.
I mean, they had Edna Carr, they had Zachary on the schedule, so they played some of the best teams historically in the state of Louisiana. He could do that because he knew what type of roster he had coming back.
They were facing the likes of Turlings Catholic, Carr, like you said, Alexandria Senior High, which is still undefeated. Their biggest matchup, though, remains against Cecilia in Week 8. That one's at home in Opelousas. Boy, I'd love to be there for that game.
It's going to be a good one. And one thing that
you see the head coach in his first season with Natchitoches Central, Brad Laird. He is no stranger to this stadium, though. He is not only a former head coach at Northwestern State, he was the starting quarterback and broke records here back in the early 90s. It was really a joy to talk to Coach Laird earlier this week. His father was a coach for 40 years, had a huge career in football, and Laird's done a great job in his career as well. Now we're ready to get back to work. 1st and 15 for Opelousas. Our game still scoreless. Ford again picks up about 8 yards.
And Natchitoches Central defensively, they're trying to bring the safety a little bit closer to the box to get an extra man in the box, but it's hard to do that against this Opelousas offense because they spread you out. So anytime a team spreads you out and still able to run the football, it's hard to put an extra guy in the box. So what they're doing, they're taking that deep safety and moving a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage to get an extra body to make sure they slow down Deshaun Ford.
The ROTC actually has a cannon in the north end zone here, and they've been, shooting it off, getting the crowd hype. It looks like Deshaun Ford is shot out of a cannon with every single run he's got. Still on his feet. It's going to take more than one man to drag him down. First down for Deshaun Ford.
Jeremy Lowe on the tackle.
And that time right here, Natchitoches Central put 2 guys in the A gap to bring a blitz. But the thing about that, if you don't get home with that blitz and he breaks it and get to the second level, it could be dangerous.
He'll catch a quick breather here in the first quarter on the sidelines. We've seen a couple of handoffs for his backfield mate, Cody Major, who's a 5'10 junior. Major in the backfield now. Malvo with the handoff. He makes a cut. He's over the 35 and almost up to the 30. I don't know if I've seen Opelousas throw a pass on this drive. They don't need to. They've been so successful.
They don't. They tried it in the first series. I think Coach Zachary went to the offensive coordinator and said, look, we're not getting anything going this past game. Let's lean on our offensive lineman. Let's lean on this young defense for Natchitoches Central to have a young D lineman. So if you have a young D lineman, what you want to do is try to run the football and take their will, and that's what they're doing on this drive, Garrett.
Left guard, number 74, Daniel Green, a 6'5" senior. He's been paving the way. They go left side again, and darting forward for the first down is Corey Major. It's almost not fair to have that wealth of talent at running back for Opelousas.
It's not, and that's something that they do have. And old school football, 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, but they're doing it out of a spread. A lot of times when people see these spread offense, they think it's been reinvented. It's not. Same personnel, just a different look. 2 tight ends, being physical, running the ball downhill.
Deshaun Ford back in the ball game. 1st and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. Ford has 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. Takes a handoff, waits for the block to develop, and he'll get knocked back. They'll lose a yard on the play.
And that's what Natchitoches Central wants right here. They want to get Deshaun Ford moving sideline to sideline. If they can do that, they can get 11 guys to the football. The trouble is when he gets his shoulder scratch the line of scrimmage and coming downhill, that's where he's most effective. Great job that time by Natchitoches Central defense of bouncing it outside and making a tackle.
Derek Beedwan with the tackle, number 23, a sophomore. Defense comes set, 2nd and 11. Ford up to the 20, falls forward, picks up like 3 more yards of lanyap. This is a much more manageable 3rd down coming.
Right here again, picks up positive yards while his shoulders is scratching the line of scrimmage. He's downhill. And when you're going against an inexperienced young defensive lineman, you can get him going downhill and get a good push. It's going to be a long night, I think, for the Natchitoches Central defense. So look for Opelousas to keep leaning on this offensive lineman and running the ball downhill and not try to get it to the outside.
This could be the final play of the 1st quarter, the way Opelousas is running the rock. Malvo hands off to Ford. He's at the 10, the 5, tries to stay upright. He's down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal with 14 seconds left in the 1st. They're trying to catch Natchitoches Central taking a nap. They will snap it to Ford, who draws early contact. He'll stretch forward up to about the 2. They'll spot Ford at the 3-yard line. And the clock will run out on our 1st quarter of play. So Opelousas will be knocking on the door when we come back to start the 2nd quarter. It's the Tigers and the Chiefs live from Northwestern State's Turpin Stadium. More with the LHSAA Network Game of the Week when we return.
Somebody person's name will be called out at halftime.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it? Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
Beautiful night for football here in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Still scoreless after 1 quarter of play. The pink out in favor of breast cancer awareness here on campus. Opelousas, 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Deshaun Ford in the backfield. Snap to Malvo, to Ford, powers forward and falls into the end zone. Opelousas on the board first with the touchdown.
You can call that the Deshaun Ford drive. Deshaun Ford left, Deshaun Ford right, Deshaun Ford up the middle, and right here at the end, punches it in. Great push by this Opelousas offensive lineman. And if I'm Natchitoches Central, what you want to start doing now with these D linemen to get some movement, you want to start doing some slants, probably doing some stunts with the D linemen, get moving, because unfortunately they cannot play straight up with this Opelousas offensive line.
11 rushes for Ford, 77 yards so far, and the 2-yard touchdown plunge to cap it all off.
Garrett, I'm not great at math, but I know that's a lot of yards per carry.
And we're just a quarter in. Brandon Grandigo's extra point goes wide left.
Not good.
Tonight's game brought to you by the LHSAA mobile app. Be sure to download the app to stay up to date with scores, schedules, news, and more. The LHSAA Live mobile app is your trusted source for all things LHSAA. Available in the Apple App Store and the Android app on Google Play. Derry, 10 plays on that Opelousas drive. They covered 84 yards, and Deshaun Ford scores his first touchdown of the night.
10 plays, 10 runs, no passes. Like you said, I think they tried something different on their first drive to maybe catch Natchitoches Central's defense on the heels, but they went back to their bread and butter. Let's get Deshaun Ford the football. Let's get down, stop playing games, and get some points on the board.
Natchitoches Central was in position to win last week against Houghton. The Chiefs were in the red zone at the end of the game, trailing 28-25, but they got stopped on third down. Then they missed their field goal attempt to tie it and force overtime. So a team that's hungry for another win fell to 1-4, but they were in position to beat Houghton. They rushed for well over 100 yards. It was one of their best offensive games, so they're trending up. They just don't need to fall behind early against Opelousas. They need an answer here.
And that's the thing, when you have a young football team, the ability to finish a game, the ability to make sure you bring it home, and I think that's what Coach Laird is trying to get this team to do. A young football team, if you're in a position to win a football game, how can we, as a collective group, bring it home and make sure we get a victory?
Deshaun Ford will do the honors and kick off for the Tigers, as he has done for years. Ford's also played a lot of defense for Opelousas over the years, but I think he's primarily an offensive guy when called on in 2024. This one's fielded by Jeremy Lowe, and he's got a nice return up to about the 37-yard line.
Good kick return. Garrett, I know we're beating a dead horse, but we talk about it every week. Special teams. Anytime you can get advantage on the special teams, you put your team in a position to be successful. This time he puts the Natchitoches Central offense in a great field position.
We'll see if they go back to the wideout, Dylan Braxton, who's their leading receiver. Over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns on the year. He has been playing injured for the last couple of weeks, and that's why Coach Laird called him a warrior. He gets out there anyway, trying to help his team. Owen Smith has 9 passing touchdowns on the year. Starts this drive off with the connected pass. And that will pick up a first down on the first play.
Kelton Howard with the carry. First down, Chiefs.
Good job that time by Kelton Howard, getting a swing pass in the flat, making a man miss, and getting upfield and getting the first down.
Howard's one of those tailbacks that has really soft hands. That's now 14 catches for 150 yards on the year. First down brought to you by Farm Bureau, Louisiana. Man in motion is Howard again. It's a keeper this time, and Owen Smith moves forward into Opelousas territory.
You mentioned something early in the game, Garrett, about Natchitoches Central offensively doing a lot of different things in the backfield. So anytime you have a young offensive lineman, you want to get a lot of movement in the backfield, a lot of motion, because with the experienced defense, you want to get their eyes all over the place, maybe get them undisciplined, and you can hit something. So that's what this Natchitoches Central offense is doing a lot of movement in the backfield to make sure to see if they can get the undisciplined eyes from this Opelousas defense.
Caden Kuykendall, number 10, a sophomore running back, checks in. He's in the backfield. Smith, pass to Howard, his second catch of the drive, and he falls forward. This is a much more manageable third down coming up.
Kelton with the catch.
That time again, Kelton Howard out of the backfield. Nice little flat route. Great run-handed catch by Kelton Howard right there to get this in a third short situation for this Natchitoches Central offense.
Last 2 offensive possessions have been pretty good for Natchitoches Central. They're trying to cash in here. Ball currently on the 43-yard line. Smith over the center on 3rd and 2. We'll see what the officials give him as a spot. And they're very close. Ooh, that one went through the hands of the defensive player, Rito, and he still held on to it.
Outstanding catch by Kelton Howard. Maybe got some stickum on them hands, Gary. What you think?
First down.
Well, that would be illegal, Derry.
You're right, it is.
I like that he has gone sans gloves. Love wide receivers that do it old school. One wide set. Busy backfield for Natchitoches Central. Nice little run by Caden Kuykendall. Actually, that's the carry by McGraw. McGraw, the senior.
Moss with the carry, short gain on the play.
Just his third carry of the season.
Chiefs.
And that time they would have went with a little bunch set to the right, got guys moving, get some extra blockers, and picked up some positive yards on that first down running the football.
Now 2nd and 6 from the 37. Smith play action. Quick pass to the flats. That's Britton. Britton's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. And Derry, they're moving.
They are. They're doing an outstanding job of moving the ball down the field, doing a lot of motion in the backfield, getting a lot of guys involved. And so that's one thing I like about this Natchitoches Central offense. They're getting more than one person involved, getting a lot of guys touches and getting them involved in this game plan.
Kelton Howard in the backfield. Howard's rushed for over 250 yards, and I think they just drew Opelousas off sides.
Got him on a hard count.
That's a great way to get a first
Dead ball,
down.
encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Now we're in the second quarter, but that'll drive coaches insane. Top of your screen, Devin Stevenson, a junior, called for the foul.
That drives the defensive coach crazy. Keep your eye on the ball.
Turnaround pass to Britton. He'll be tackled. Good coverage by Landon Hammond for minimal gain.
Great tackle on the play, loss of yards.
Good job right there.
Down,
Nice little
Chiefs.
RPO, try to get out in the flats real quick, but Landon Hammond read it, got downfield, made the play.
Hammond, a 6'1" senior, good size for Opelousas. Second down. Handoff. Still fighting for yardage is Howard. He'll eventually be brought down by Caden Arvey and Kyron Moore.
Kyron Moore's been busy tonight for this Opelousas defense. Had a great first quarter. Guys flying all around the field as a defensive back, making a lot of plays.
Now 3rd and 14. This is where things get a little hairy for Natchitoches Central. Can Owen Smith continue to move the chains? I think they'd be in 4th down territory. He loads up, goes down long. This intended for Braxton. And they'll say he's out of bounds despite reeling in that ball. That's twice tonight he's made a catch on the sidelines out of bounds. Can't let those defensive backs win the battle for real estate.
You can, and right here they try to get a 9 route, straight go right down the field, but Opelousas, that's what they want them to do. The middle of the field, Garrett, is wide open. They have no safety in the middle of the field, so let's just see if Natchitoches Central can do something to attack this middle of the field because they're daring them to throw it, and Opelousas trying to get them to push everything on the outside.
I do like the play call, making the attempt for the end zone, but here on 4th and 14, what do they dial up? Smith, broken play, keeps his eyes downfield, and it's caught! First down, off the tip. Unbelievable pickup by Darren Anthony. That's one way to move the chains.
Sometimes you need a little luck on your side, G, to keep the chains moving, and that time Natchitoches Central does that.
How many guys touched this ball before it ended up in Anthony's hands?
Does a good job of rolling out, keeps his eyes down the field. Opelousas defender touches it, and Anthony is down on the spot, catches the ball for a first down. It looks like we have a flag on the play. Let's see what happened.
Might be a replay on 4th down.
Number 55. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
The only sophomore on the offensive line for Natchitoches Central, Kennard Johnson, is called for being illegally down the field.
And sometimes that happens when your quarterback breaks pocket and breaks contain. The old linemen to their defense, they have no idea where the quarterback is right here. Owen Smith right here. So he does go straight down the field. If he did that, that tells me miscommunication. He may have thought it may have been a screen play or some type of run play. They may have had an RPO called. They didn't check out of it. And so that's the result. You get a legal man down the field.
Timeout called. Natchitoches Central looking at 4th and 14 when we return. Natchitoches Central on 4th and 19 coming up here, trying to even the score against Opelousas. The only football championship for Natchitoches Central came way back in 1969 when they were known as the Natchitoches Red Devils. Coach Jim Brunning's team went 14-0 and beat Tallulah 27-17 in the title game here in Natchitoches. Opelousas finally broke through, got their first title a year ago. They had played for one in the 50s. It had been a long time, but Coach Zachary and his staff got it done. Always nice to add to the trophy case.
It is. It is.
You guys at Parkview have a pretty impressive trophy case.
We do. We have a great trophy case. We're trying to keep that going. Right now, it's not looking too good for my alma mater, but that's okay. We're going to get it together. I have faith in my football team. And
it's week 6.
Yeah, a long way to go.
Coach Zachary unhappy. I guess maybe a flag that advances this ball down the field and a fresh set of downs. Let's get an update from our head referee. It was 4th and 19.
Was it some sort of dead ball, personal foul, something like that?
Maybe we can get an update from the sideline later on and let you know, but 4th and 19, now 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Owen Smith got to feel a little more confident here at signal caller. Braxton, it's a reverse with a chance for a pass, trying to turn the corner at the 5, sneaks into the end zone. Touchdown, KJ Newton. 12 yards on the reverse, and Newton finds pay dirt.
A little trick racing here right here. A reverse to KJ Newton. Had the option to throw the football. Great job by him seeing this man covered. Kept the ball in his hands. Smart play. Got an end zone for KJ Newton.
Chance to tie the ball game up against the defending state champions. Coming on to kick, number 37, Amsden Pash, a freshman. Pash well off the mark on the extra point. They are now 5 of 9 for the season on extra points, but the sophomore with the big reverse and touchdown score, KJ Newton. I'm telling you what, Derry, this class of 2027, they're going to be good. We got to check on them in a couple of years. Let's take a look at our Game of the Week trivia. This Natchitoches Central legend is a college basketball Hall of Famer in the Naismith Hall of Fame. We'll give you an update on that in a moment. And then this Opelousas football great was on the receiving end of the Bluegrass Miracle back in 2002 for LSU. So who played for Opelousas and caught the Bluegrass Miracle, and who is in the Basketball Hall of Fame from Natchitoches Central? We'll have those answers coming up shortly.
Natchitoches Central offensively is playing with a lot of confidence. They're doing a lot of different things. Like we talked about in the pregame. Play loose, play fast. Don't worry about making a mistake, and that's what they're doing right now offensively.
How big was that penalty that took 4th and 19 off the board? Opelousas got to be scratching their head.
That's a huge penalty. It has to be some type of dead ball, personal foul for them to move the chains like that.
Yeah, you're right. It should be 6-6.
The scoreboard here still says 6-0. We are in a tie ball game, 6 apiece. Both teams have missed an extra point. This ball fielded at the 15-yard line, looking for a big return. And moving up the near side of the field is Jalen Owens. He's had a couple of nice returns tonight for the Tigers.
Udwar on the tackle. Brings up first down for the Tigers.
Owens got that at the 14.
Great job of keeping his eyes downfield, following his blockers, and picking up positive yards on his kickoff return.
Nearly brought it all the way back to midfield. The ball will be spotted at the 48-yard line for Opelousas, looking to score 2 possessions in a row.
Opelousas, give it to Deshaun Ford. Natchitoches Central, start doing some different stunts and slant through the D lineman and see if you can get off a block, play a little bit harder, and try to get 11 guys to the football.
2 wide set, top of your screen, Ford in the backfield. Already 11 rushes, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Here's Malvo on the design run. He picks up 5 or 6 yards. And what a duo that he and Ford were last year. They ran wild in the dome, combined for over 250 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns, helping Opelousas win that state championship.
I had the opportunity to get to know Coach Zachary at his time as a defensive coordinator at East Ascension. He always had a mindset to be physical, work hard. And that's something, talking to him early in the year, he brought that back to this Opelousas program. I said, Coach, how you guys are so big and physical? He said, nothing but iron. So that means all summer long, he had 100% participation in the weight room this past summer and last summer. So that's why you see the physicality from this football team, the way they run the football and how they play defense.
Malvo and Ford behind him, dotting the I. Swing pass goes out to Fontenot. Fontenot beats his man. He's past the 35. They'll spot him at about the 33-yard line. That'll move the chains.
Great job that time by Fontenot, catching the ball, getting upfield. This is just like a run play. I think viewers from home, oh, they're throwing the football. Not really. It's just like a run play. Get a little quick bubble screen to your wide receiver, let him make a play and pick up positive yards. Another first down for the Opelousas offense.
The defensive back for Natchitoches Central, TJ Jernigan, they're going to make him play a little more honest. He was pretty far off the receiver. He had plenty of time to make the catch. First and 10 for Ford. Just shy of a horse collar. He's brought down hard. Great looking tackle there by Austin Sewell. Ford saying, hey, you didn't see that guy drag me down by my neck? Here's a closer look.
That time, Austin Sewell got penetration. Again, they slant inside. That's what we're talking about. Get these D linemen moving. That time, they're able to penetrate inside. Got Deshaun Ford in the backfield. Deshaun Ford's like, wait a minute, I haven't been tackled all night. What is this? So maybe that's why he's complaining to the referee. But great job by Austin Sewell that time.
Now 2nd and 7. From Natchitoches Central's 29-yard line. Malvo loads up, goes deep into the end zone. This intended for Fontenot. Caught! Touchdown! First passing score of the night. 29 yards through the air, and the lead goes back to the Tigers.
And great job again right here. They got one-on-one matchup, man-to-man coverage. This is what you want. Anytime you try to stop the run, you're going to get man-to-man on the back end and not have a lot of safety help. Opelousas takes advantage of that. They hit Malvo for a touchdown to number 2, Fontenot, Corey Fontenot. Corey, I'm going to get your name right. I promise, man. Great touchdown.
They're going to go for 2 as they usually do, this time with Ford in the backfield. Also back there is Travis Esprit, a 6-foot linebacker. Maybe to pick up a block. Time is going to be called, though. Let's go take a look at the trivia. The Natchitoches Central legend in the College Basketball Hall of Fame is, of course, Joe Dumars, who was a 4-year starter for McNeese. And the ESPY Award winner in 2002 was Devery Henderson, who caught the Bluegrass Miracle from Marcus Randall. Not Jack Hunt. I think he went to Ruston.
He did.
It was Devery Henderson.
Yeah.
I saw it. Thank you to the LHSAA and their staff for our trivia questions this evening. Coach Zachary's team back on top. It's currently 12-6. They're going to go for 2. The scoreboard is slow to catch up. And if you work in sports, you realize that sometimes stats are connected to a scoreboard. So when they update it. Opelousas looking to go up 14-6 here. Fontenot is split out wide, but I think this is going to be the Deshaun Ford show. He's already found the end zone once tonight. They're looking for a 2-point conversion. Ford's got the blockers, stays on his feet and powers into the end zone. It's 14-6, Opelousas.
That time they got in a heavy set. Deshaun Ford direct snap and got in the end zone. Right here, Malvo to Corey Fontenot again on the one-on-one coverage. Nice little post route, touchdown, and the cheerleaders take a big hit. She got back up. Great job. And right here, Deshaun Ford punches it in for the 2-point conversion.
That was a pretty quick drive for Opelousas. 3 plays. They covered 52 yards, capped off by that 29-yard touchdown pass to Corey Fontenot. So, Derry, we're getting some word from earlier that 4th and 19, they actually changed that during the timeout because the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Makes sense.
So you wouldn't have that offensive lineman ineligible down the field.
It's just like a pass interference. Anytime they throw, if they call it pass interference but the ball is tipped, they wave it off because at that point it's no longer a live ball. So great catch by these referee crew, because I definitely didn't know that at all.
Now Natchitoches Central will head back out on offense after the kickoff by the Tigers. They had a really nice drive, too. Got themselves down the field. Smith was mixing it up a little bit, passing, running. See if they can answer here. Ford sends it right down the middle. Fumbled momentarily by Lowe. And with that fumble, he doesn't really have much room to run. He'll get up to about the 20-yard line on the kickoff return. Special teams looking pretty sharp tonight for Opelousas.
It's a good look at Owen Smith, quarterback for Natchitoches Central. And again, don't overcomplicate things, just respond. If I'm the coach right now, I'm telling Owen Smith, take control of this offensive group and just respond. Play relaxed, play cool and collected, play within the game plan. Let's march it down the field to see if we get in the end zone.
20-yard line, first down.
Offensive line for Natchitoches Central led by 3 juniors, a sophomore, and 1 senior. And they have really picked up the pace on the rushing game the last couple of weeks. Kelton Howard has stepped up. Coach Laird said that Howard and Kerry McGraw really have done a good job running the rock for them the last couple of weeks. Here's Howard again, and he's making them earn it. That's one of the hardest 2-yard gains you'll ever see.
Kelton on the carry for a short gain, but achieves a second down.
Good, tough physical run that time by Kelton Howard. He's been involved heavily in tonight's game plan, so looking for them to keep him involved, get the ball in his hands, to see if he can make a play for this Natchitoches Central offense.
Slant pass. This one's caught by Braxton. Braxton's at the 40. 2 men chasing him down to the 20. Pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Big connection for Natchitoches Central, and they're in business.
Braxton, the run.
Great job that time by Owen Smith on the slant route, finding Braxton up the field. Great move, sticking his foot in the ground, getting upfield. That is not an easy move. Great vision, picks up major yardage for this Natchitoches Central offense.
69 yards on the pickup. This is a guy that averages 23 yards a catch. That'll add to it. Smith, hands off. Good smothering tackle in the backfield. Trying to get positive yards there was Kerry McGraw.
Kills with a short gain on the play, brings up second down for the Chiefs.
Tackle made by Travis Esprit, the 6-foot senior.
Again, Natchitoches Central making some big plays tonight. You know, they probably wanted to control the clock, but anytime you can make a big play, and that's what they did on their previous play on the slant route, got them in the red zone.
Smith quickly spins. Big stick, still on his feet is Howard. I don't know how he didn't flatten him with that tackle.
Right here again, just a little quick screen right there. Didn't wrap up, comes in with a shoulder. Kelton Howard was able to keep his feet, keep his eyes down the field, and pick up some type of yardage. It could have been a negative play, but he turned it into something positive.
Now 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Make it, excuse me, down marker says 3rd. 3rd and 8. Smith looking end zone, goes to the corner and throws it a little too far to the boundary. That time it was intended for KJ Newton, the sophomore.
That's when he's going to want back. He had KJ Newton on that option route. This time right here, KJ Newton to the far side of the screen. Great job of sticking the foot in the ground. He had him on the option route. Just delayed a little bit too long, led him a little bit too far.
Owen Smith trying not to waste that 69-yard pass. Fourth and goal from the 8. Smith surveys. Man closing in on him. Gets it away, and it's intercepted at the 5-yard line. The defense for Opelousas stands tall. They force the pick. and it ends up in the hands of Braylon Grandigo.
2 minutes, 54 seconds into the second quarter. Don't forget to grab those split spot tickets.
Don't want to end a drive that way. That time, Owen Smith didn't see anything down the field. No receivers open. Got pressure from Amos. Then right there, Braylon Grandigo right in the middle of that defense, that linebacker, getting that interception and turnover for this Opelousas defense.
I think Owen Smith was in on the tackle on Grandigo. That's what you want. Coach Zachary talking with his defensive back, Landon Hammond.
I guarantee you he's talking about that missed tackle and why didn't you wrap up.
Quickly back on offense. Deshaun Ford in the backfield. Powers forward, 225 pounds, moving the pile up to the 25. Ford has been brought down hard a couple of times tonight, and he's taking exception to that.
He has. He doesn't like to get hit hard. He's like, I'm not used to this. Again, this is what they want to do. They want to get him going sideline to sideline, but you see how quickly he gets his shoulders turned back up the field. That's what he wants to do. He wants to get north and south. He does not want to get east and west. So if this Natchitoches Central defense can keep him going east and west, they can do some things. But once he gets north and south, it's hard to stop the train in Deshaun Ford.
Major in the backfield. 2 wide set. Malvo hands off to Major. Big hole. First down run and more.
Right here, Cody Major, right up the gut. Again, nice physical run. Great job by this Opelousas offensive lineman. Even though we're giving a lot of praise to the running backs, this offensive lineman is doing a great job of hanging onto the blocks.
Farm Bureau first down. Now up to the 34-yard line for the Tigers. They've scored on their last 2 possessions. They got an interception from Grandigo at the 5-yard line to snuff out a scoring drive by Natchitoches Central, and now they're pushing back up the field. Malvo drops back, throws deep down the field. That one's just a little bit too long for the intended target. See what the flag is.
Defensive pass interference. Number 1, 15 yards.
So TJ Jernigan called. Here's a look.
Right here, they try to take advantage again of this man-to-man coverage. Right in the middle field, got a slight hole. They're going to call that every time. But Opelousas does see this Natchitoches Central defense playing the man-to-man, so maybe they can get another shot down the field, maybe hit Fontenot again for another big game.
A slight hold, spoken like a true defensive standout. It's just a slight hold. I mean, you got a piece of his jersey.
Yes, it was slight. First off, the offense is already at advantage anyway. So, yeah, it was a slight hold. It was.
Love it.
Yes.
Up to the 49-yard line for Opelousas. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Defense with 6 in the box. Here's Malvo, who runs a 4.4 40. He's pushed out of bounds for minimal gain. Two minutes on the clock for Opelousas, looking to add to their 14-6 lead. This is an Opelousas team that still, has high aspirations for the 2024 season. About to get into district play starting in week 7. Malvo's throwing a little bit more often now. This one's down the field and through the hands of the intended receiver. I think he's trying to get it to Miles Zachary, the junior.
Right here again, man-to-man coverage at the bottom of the screen. Miles Zachary did a stop and go, had the wide receiver, had him beat, great throw, just went right through his hands. That's one that Miles Zachary is going to want him back. And if I'm Malvo as a quarterback, give confidence to your receiver, go back to him the next play to regain their confidence.
I mean, he's certainly in command of that huddle. He was the most outstanding player at the Prep Classic last year. This guy's an all-state baseball player, like we said. He has branded himself like a superhero online with his social. You can call him Agent Ford.
Down.
Malvo, 3rd and 7. This one's caught by Fontenot. Gets a little wiggle, and he's got yards after the catch. Fontenot moves the chains on 3rd down. He's already got a 29-yard touchdown catch, starting to pile up numbers for the Tigers.
Fontenot is a great-looking receiver. That time, right here, on the out route. They hit Corey Fontenot in the flat. Catches the ball first, gets upfield, makes some yards after the catch.
He's the only Tiger who's caught a pass tonight. Breaks the huddle and heads out to the near sideline. 2 wide, just inside that left hash. Ford riding sidecar to Malvo. Fresh set of downs. Ford's got a blocker, tries to turn the corner and gets knocked down. How often do you see that? Jeremy Lowe, the junior, knocks him back.
Jeremy Lowe with the stop.
Right here, they give it to Deshaun Ford on the outside, gets it stretched out. But Deshaun Lowe right here with a great physical hit on Deshaun Ford, and he lets him know. We call that, as a linebacker, a downhill daddy, and that's what he did that time. Great hit by Deshaun Lowe. Safety actually coming from the safety position.
2nd and 6. Malvo feels some pressure, steps up, rolls right, and just throws this one away in between 2 defensive backs.
Incomplete pass.
3rd and long coming up for the Tigers.
It's a big possession for Natchitoches Central defense. You want to do everything possible to keep Opelousas out of the end zone. This is 4th down territory. I don't think if you can stop it right here on 3rd down, I don't think Opelousas is going to try to go for a field goal. They're going to go for it. So it's a big possession to keep Opelousas out of the end zone.
Little old school hip hop from the 90s playing here at Turpin Stadium. The Tigers need more than 5 on it. It's 3rd and 6. See if they can move the chains. 3 wide, bottom of your screen. Malvo certainly had time to throw. Steps back, looks corner end zone again. Through the hands of the intended target. Chance for a pickoff there. Dallas Demery.
Right here, looking for Corey Fontenot on his deep out route. Overshot him. I don't know if he's going to Corey Fontenot or number 15, but great job that time by this Natchitoches Central defense.
56 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. All right, Chiefs fans, we're going to need you to make some noise. This is 4th down. We got to put a stop on it.
How big would a stop be for Natchitoches Central right here on 4th and 6?
It's huge. It's a huge stop for Natchitoches Central if they can get a stop right here and go into halftime with some momentum defensively.
See if they bring a blitz, maybe delayed blitz. Malvo into the flats. He won't let go of it this time. Interception, Natchitoches Central. TJ Jernigan, one of just 2 defensive stars that came back, the senior with the INT.
Not only do you get a stop, but you get a turnover. So right here, Malvo drops back, looks to his left, goes downfield, but TJ Jernigan, great job of reading the receiver, breaking on the pass, getting his hands up and making an interception.
That ball intended for Fontenot. Jernigan flips the script.
Great break on the ball that time by TJ Jernigan.
Ooh, look at that turnover chain. That thing is shiny.
I got to go wear it after during halftime. What you think? See if they can let me borrow a little bit. Let me borrow the turnover chain.
Don't forget, Natchitoches Central gets the ball to start the 2nd half as well. So the Chiefs might be content to just run the clock here and consider that a win with the interception and slowing down Opelousas' offense. Coach Laird, how many games has he worked on this field? I mean, 6 years as the coach at Northwestern State, 4 years as a starting quarterback for the Demons. And his father was a coach here as well. He told me he was a little kid running around on this field. They had stars like Bobby Hebert back in the 70s and 80s playing for his dad. That'll be the end of the first half of play. Opelousas with the lead, but I'll tell you what, Natchitoches Central has made some fine plays. It's 14-6, Tigers on top of the Chiefs. Halftime rolls here in Natchitoches when we return.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
They missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
The start of school means the start of new sports seasons, which unfortunately can mean injuries. Too often, sports injuries are treated with opioids, leading to addiction among our youth. And drug addictions can cause overdoses and deaths. If you're injured, ask your doctor for medicines and therapies that don't use opioids. And if you're struggling with opioid addiction, we can offer treatment. Opioid addiction is a losing game. You can help. Learn more at realhelpvr.com. That's realhelpvr.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
67 degrees and clear here in Opelousas. Here in Natchitoches, and the Opelousas Tigers leading 14-6. We'll take a look at high school football highlights on the High School Spotlight.
No one ever thinks they'll be in this position. Buying medication online could put you here, or here, or here. Counterfeit pills and other illicit substances are being laced with fentanyl, and fentanyl kills. It's 50 times stronger than heroin. Medical professionals can't even tell the difference between a real pill and one that is fake. At least not until they do your autopsy. Don't take anything online that doesn't come from your doctor. Buying online can leave you flatlined.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Love did this. This is love's fault, and it hurts. It's devastating. But you always come back for more. What else gets you up this early? What else makes you feel this wild, this ecstatic, this focused, this obsessed? Has to be love. It's in your soul, your head, your heart, your hands. You love the game. It's your nature. Nothing is more real.
No one ever thinks they'll be in this position. Buying medication online could put you here, or here, or here. Counterfeit pills and other illicit substances are being laced with fentanyl, and fentanyl kills. It's 50 times stronger than heroin. Medical professionals can't even tell the difference between a real pill and one that is fake. At least not until they do your autopsy. Don't take anything online that doesn't come from your doctor. Buying online can leave you flatlined.
The Natchitoches Central Band performing here at Northwestern State Stadium. Opelousas with a 14-6 lead. Let's take a look at more football highlights on the High School Spotlight here on the LHSAA Network.
Welcome back to the High School Spotlight. Elijah Haven of the Dunham School is the #1 ranked recruit for the class of 2027. The sophomore quarterback stands 6'5", 210 pounds, and set the single-season record for touchdown passes with 35 as a freshman. Haven is coached by Neil Weiner, whose Dunham Tigers are 4-0 and ranked top 3 in the state in 2A. Here's a closer look at Elijah Haven and the Tigers of Dunham.
Thursday night football, Ascension Catholic traveling to Seagan Lane to take on the Dunham Tigers, a matchup that has always been close. First quarter, it's Camille LaBeouf who finds Johnny Vialon on the screen pass. Vialon is going to weave his way down the sideline into the end zone for an early Bulldog lead. The Bulldogs' defense came to play early. Elijah Haven drops back to pass, but he will be sacked by Vaughn Blanchard. Haven and the Tigers struggled on offense early. Now, late in the fourth quarter, Tigers down 18-14. They need a score. Who you going to call? Elijah Haven. He dials his own number, takes off past the defenders, makes a man miss, and cruises his way into the end zone to give the Tigers a late lead. Defense would come up big yet again with an interception to seal it, and Dunham takes home the W 21-8.
The St. Michael Warriors are off to a blazing start this season, winning 15 of 16 matches. Rob Smith's team will be a force in Division III playoffs come November. U-High, under veteran coach Benita Johnson, has also racked up a gaudy record, winning 18 matches, including 11 of their last 12. Here's how it all played out on a Tuesday night at the Pennington Center.
You know, I thought we played pretty well in the first 2 sets, and then I thought we kind of got lazy in that third set, and U-High upped their game. And so we kind of had to challenge our kids going into that fourth set, like, hey, we're talking about a level of consistency, especially first contact, serve and pass. And I thought we did a really good job of responding to that in that fourth set. So we have 3 Bellas, a Bryn, a Brennan. We have 2 Avas on this team, so I always get names wrong. But yes, all 3 Bellas, Brennan and Bryn, are all on the court. All 3 Bellas are on at the same time, so it makes it hard sometimes to get the person's attention that you want.
I think everybody had a lot of fight in them after we lost in the third set. I think nobody gave up, and I think that's what really brings us as a team together. We all have a drive, and we all want to work for each other, and I think that's something that we have that a lot of teams don't. The names on our offense, Bella Johnson and Bella Bravada, they are outstanding. They place their shots extremely well. Skylar Towner did very well as well. She knows how to place and swing. You never know what to expect coming from her. So I think they help our offense extremely, and their hitting percentages are insane.
We had an amazing serving night. I think Camille Kinchin put on an absolute show with her aces in the fourth set. She just blew them out the water. I think our out-of system was really well. We did a really good job just placing the ball and driving the ball when we had the chance. You know, we are just a really fight team. We love to just start off with a bang, and even though sometimes we have our lows, we maintain a pretty steady run throughout the whole entire match.
Love did this. This is love's fault, and it hurts. It's devastating. But you always come back for more. What else gets you up this early? What else makes you feel this wild, this ecstatic, this focused, this obsessed? Has to be love. It's in your soul, your head, your heart, your hands. You love the game. It's your nature. Nothing is more real.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
We welcome you back in at halftime. 14-6, Natchitoches Central trailing Opelousas. Welcome back up high above in the press box here at Turpin Stadium. Derry Beckwith, Garrett Walvert, and a fun chance to talk about the good things to come at the Prep Classic for 2024. Of course, 3 days of football down at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Derry, a bit of a change this year because the Saints are playing on that Sunday. They've compacted the games. 3 games on Thursday now. Normally there are 2. 3 games Friday and just 2 on Saturday, but a whole lot of football, and we can't wait to bring it to you.
It's a great atmosphere, a great time, and if I'm a fan, I'm tuning in to LHSAA Network and watching everything. If you go to the kitchen to get something to eat, guess what? We're going to be in your refrigerator. If you go outside to cut your grass, we're going to be on the lawnmower. So it's non-stop action, game packed. Tune into our network. I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
4 championship games select and 4 non-select. We will have pregame, halftime, and postgame coverage just like we did a year ago. You're going to want to download the app, tell your friends about it, and be able to see all the kids from across the state of Louisiana who are going to show out inside the Superdome. Should be a fantastic atmosphere like always, but we'll be at the desk. Last year had a great job done by Dwayne Jenkins at Lutcher and Troy LaBeouf, who works with Ascension Catholic. Both those guys don't want to be there this year. If their team's not in it, they'll come join us, but both those guys are stars. It was great to be on a desk with them.
They did a phenomenal job. It was my first time doing something like that. I felt like Kirk Herbstreit or somebody. It was a great experience, a great time, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this year.
So again, the Prep Classic coming up in just 6-7 weeks. We can't wait to bring it to you on the LHSAA Network. Halftime, we'll be back after this.
We know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Halftime halftime coming to a close. The team's out of the locker rooms and onto the field to warm up. Opelousas with a 14-6 lead over Natchitoches Central. Derry Beckwith, Garrett Walford with you. What stood out in the first half of this ball game? You would think maybe the running attack would have piled up some more points for Opelousas.
I think Natchitoches Central did a good job of stopping the run as much as possible. They did a great job of getting to Deshaun Ford. Obviously, he did have his way sometimes, but the most thing I'm impressed with is Natchitoches Central offense. Staying cool, calm, and collected, doing a lot of creative things offensively to make sure they stay in this football game.
Let's take a look at some highlights from the first half and see how we got to this 14-6 so far. First possession for Malvo and Opelousas, and he'll keep the drive alive. Favorite target for him tonight has been Corey Fontenot. Number 2 has picked up a couple, and then Deshaun Ford. Just keep giving him the rock.
Deshaun Ford has been a man in the first half. Once he gets those shoulder pads square, he's a force to be reckoned with.
And then the reverse for Natchitoches Central. Great running opportunity for KJ Newton. He gets into the end zone, and we've got a tie ball game at 6 apiece. Then again, Corey Fontenot, tough to bring down in space.
Great looking receiver, and right here, Corey Fontenot takes advantage of the man-to-man coverage and gets in the end zone.
29 yards, that gives his team the lead. 69-yard catch and pickup. This again is Dylan Braxton, the leading receiver. They got all the way down the field, and they're going to get into the end zone this time. No, it'll be the interception, of course, by Grandigo. Great plans, those get thwarted. And then Natchitoches Central will return the favor. The interception by TJ Jernigan. Let's take a look at our first half stats. Derry, what stands out to you?
The rushing yards for Opelousas has 124. Natchitoches Central, 39 rushing yards. And the total yards is always a big teller in the first half. Opelousas has 208. Both teams has 1 turnover. Opelousas has 1 more penalty than Natchitoches Central. But going to this football game, nobody expected Natchitoches Central to be in this game, especially playing the defending state champions. They're a young football team. And if I'm going to halftime, I'm extremely excited what this Natchitoches Central team did. And for Opelousas, continue to run the football and play physical.
Third quarter is on deck when we return. We'll be back right after this.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Get this game underway. 14-6, Opelousas with the lead. Good start to the ball game for both these teams. Interesting to see what kind of adjustments that they made at halftime. I don't know what you can do to try and stop Deshaun Ford. We can expect Opelousas to keep fielding to him.
Maybe try to put another guy in the box, but if you do that, you're susceptible to giving up a lot of yards in the passing game. So it's going to be interesting to see what this coaching staff did defensively for Natchitoches Central at the half.
Mateo Restrepo kicks this one away. And he will get his second touchback of the season. Nice kick by Restrepo. A couple of players get totted up right around the 45-yard line. And Opelousas will come back out onto the field on offense. Ford already approaching 100 yards. Let's take a look at Ford in the first half.
Great physical runner, keeps his shoulder squared again, and does an outstanding job of getting downhill. I love to see a running back getting north and south. He doesn't waste any time. He doesn't try to get east and west. Once he gets the ball, he tries to inflict pain, and that's what he does. He gets downfield fast and hurry. Great running back, got in the end zone, over 70 yards in the first half. Outstanding running back in Deshaun Ford.
First play of the third quarter, and he's brought down hard by the big defensive tackle, Jarrell Palmer. That's one of the few guys you can't run through on Natchitoches Central's team. Palmer, the big man in the middle.
Great job by Jarrell Palmer that time, getting off a block and making a play. That's the second time tonight Ford has got hog-tied. So it looks like Natchitoches Central is trying to send a message that they're going to try to come out in the second half and play physical and see if they can get some stops.
Malvo calls for it. Here's a handoff and Ford like he's shot out of a cannon. He's past midfield, two men looking at the back of his jersey. He'll cut it inside the 30-yard line. Huge run to move the chains for Deshaun Ford.
Again, right here, they do put an extra guy in the box, but what happens is if you don't make a play at the line of scrimmage, when he gets to that second level, that's what happens. He breaks off a long run. Another great play again by Deshaun Ford in this Opelousas offense.
No flags on the play, 50 yards on the run, and he's well over the century mark for today's game. He's got himself a Farm Bureau first down. Moves it up to about the 27-yard line of Natchitoches Central. Ford ran hard for 50, pushes his way forward into the line, picks up 2 the hard way, and had a defender come crashing in on him at the end.
Second down at 25-yard.
Ford had a season-long 78-yard touchdown run last week at Zachary, the only touchdown of the game for the Tigers. After Malvo went out with the injury against Zachary, they managed just 1 first down for the final 20 minutes of game time. Kind of lost their momentum. They've got a 14-6 lead here. Malvo with the handoff to Major. Major with a short game, so 2 good defensive stops in a row for Natchitoches Central after giving up the 50-yard gallop to Ford.
They are, and again, it's about being consistent. You can't hang your head when you give up a big play. Deshaun Ford is not the only defense that he's ran through this year, so keep your heads up, move on to the next play. Don't worry about what happened before. On their last time, they went to a bare front, got 6 man on D linemen, see if they can, control this run game.
Defense, third down. Let's make some noise in the building. Raise it up.
Ball's on the 23-yard line, 3rd and 5 for the Tigers, looking to keep this drive moving. They stack the line against Ford, and they're not going to stop him. 23 yards to the house, 2nd touchdown of the night for Deshaun Ford.
And that's what happens again. They stack the line of scrimmage. They bring a linebacker in the A-gap. But if you don't hit home on that blitz, or if you miss a tackle and he gets to the second level, it's night-night. And again, Deshaun Ford gets in the end zone again for another touchdown for this Opelousas offense.
Number 47 for Natchitoches Central, Tylen Walker, got a hit on him, but it didn't slow him down enough for the secondary to catch him. They'll go for 2 here and try and increase their lead. Special teams come set for the Tigers. Ford calls for it, runs behind the line, tackled, stays on his feet, and powers just shy of the goal line.
2-point conversion denied.
It'll be a 14-point lead for Opelousas, their 3rd touchdown of the game, but Ford can't get in.
First angle looks like he got in. He was standing on top of the end zone. Again, great job by this Natchitoches Central defense. Right here, 1 tackle missed. Anytime you have 1 missed tackle, and he gets to the second level, it's going to be hard to stop him. That time they weren't able to do it.
Hey, for the first time ever, the LHSAA Network brings you a 1-hour football highlight show that covers the entire state of Louisiana. From Bossier to the Bayou, Friday night in the boot. We'll have it all. Make sure to watch Friday night this fall at 11 p.m. You can join me and Spencer Barrett at the LHSAA studios. Catch us tomorrow night, 11 p.m. for all the best highlights from around the state. Jimmy Zachary's team back up by 14. First possession in the third quarter, and they covered 80 yards in just 5 plays, courtesy of a 50-yard sprint by Deshaun Ford.
That's how you want to start the second half. You want to come out, make a statement, and that's what they did. You make a statement, and you kind of, when you do that, you kind of suck the joy out of this Natchitoches Central team. And when you come out, you do that, you set your dominant foot down, and that's what they did, running the football. And the main man, Deshaun Ford, took it home.
So Ford will kick off for the Tigers. Should be playable for someone on special teams. It's be fielded at the 19-yard line by the Chiefs. Moving is Darian Anthony. Gets driven hard down into the ground, but 31-yard line will be the start.
Number 4 with the carry, to catch and carry, Anthony.
Owen Smith with a nice start for the junior quarterback for the Chiefs, one of just 2 starters back on offense. Tonight he's been able to move the chains.
Owen Smith has done a great job tonight managing this offense, keeping his composure, getting to the ball to his playmakers, his receivers, his defensive backs. One thing I do like about Owen Smith, he got a lot of people involved. I would like to see him use his legs more. I think he's very capable of running the football. So let's see in the second half they allow him to do some more run design quarterback plays.
Last pass attempt was intercepted. Backside pressure gets rid of this one a little early, and it's low to the intended target, Howard.
They've been throwing this flare route to the flats all night long. That time they try to trick this Opelousas defense by faking the flare route and see if they can hit a seam up the middle. That time Opelousas did a great job of covering that seam route down the field.
Smith to the near side of the field, reverses course, and he'll just fall down for no gain. Relentless pressure by Opelousas there, nowhere to go.
Well, we just talked about having some quarterback design run plays, trying to get him more involved with his feet, but that time Opelousas defense did a great job of stretching that play out. Owen Smith had no room to run on that play.
Natchitoches Central in a monster district in 1-5A. They've got Airline and Parkway, who are still undefeated. They've got Huntington and Byrd, who are both 4-1. Then you throw in the likes of Evangel and Cap and Shreve. It's going to be tough for the Chiefs. Smith makes a nice cut, reverses, gets up to the 40, and finally out of bounds on 3rd and 12. He'll move the sticks.
Again, great job that time by Owen Smith. He didn't see anything downfield, didn't see what he's like, and it's okay to take off and run the football as a quarterback, and that's what he does. Make a great move, gets upfield, and picks up the first down. That's demoralizing for a defense. Anytime you get an offensive third long situation and a quarterback picks up a first down running the football, it does damages to the defense. Great job by Owen Smith that time.
Smith hands off to Howard, the junior back. His forward momentum is stopped. Runs into the middle of the line for a small gain. We saw Malvo open it up a little bit for Opelousas and start passing late in the first half. Maybe Smith will go to the air again. He's got some talented targets in Dylan Braxton, who wears 2, and KJ Newton, the sophomore.
This is a young football team with a bright future. I love their personnel. I love what they have. So I'm looking forward to seeing them make noise in the near future.
5 down linemen for Opelousas. Howard sneaks through them and picks up a couple of yards. Ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line. 3rd and 6 coming up.
It's going to be interesting to see what Opelousas does in 3rd and 6. Do they bring pressure to kind of get Owen Smith discombobulated? If not, if they sit back and curve it, does Owen Smith beat him with his arm? Or if he has room to run, does he use it to pick up another first down with his legs?
Still plenty of time on the play clock. Smith calls for it. Goes to McGraw. He's going to be tackled on the far left edge. That should bring up 4th down and a long 3.
Right, a little toss stretch play. Great job by the inside linebacker, Travis Esprit, getting off a block, getting down the line of scrimmage, and making a tackle.
There's 4th down, Natchitoches Central Chiefs.
Esprit, one of the anchors on that linebacking core, along with Kylan Young and Corey Amos. Seven men in the box here on 4th and 3. Smith flips this one out. Good speed by Howard. He's got the first down and more. Late flag comes in. Can't let him turn the corner like that on 4th down.
You can't. But one thing they did, it's a numbers game. Natchitoches Central that time took advantage of it.
They'll pick that
flag
up.
On the play.
Huge run there by Howard to move the chains.
Again, they had some numbers to that side of the field. Field side speed option play. They did a great job. Great pitch. Got it upfield for the first down. Kelton Howard did a great job of holding on to the football as well. Another great catch, this time off of a pitch. Kelton Howard picks up a first down for this Natchitoches Central offense.
Howard moves it up to the 36-yard line of Opelousas. Smith passing on first down into the hands of Britton. Britton makes contact and gets knocked out of bounds after an 8-yard gain.
Britton may be small in size, but he packs a punch. On this RPO, get a little slip pass out here to Britton. Again, he lowers the shoulder again right there on the defender for Opelousas.
Very close to the first down.
Great physical run that time.
2nd and 1. If you're Natchitoches Central, it'd be nice to have Deshaun Ford. This time, they'll go with maybe Kelton Howard or Kerry McGraw. Howard out in space. Makes the catch, but whistles blow. We'll see what the flag. I think it's going to be on Opelousas.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense.
Opelousas defense has some penalties tonight. Defensively, it's something Coach Zachary is going to clean up. He is a defensive coach. He has a defensive-minded mentality, so he's not going to like all these penalties from this Opelousas defense. He's probably going to get that corrected headed into next week.
The game we did last week in New Orleans with Carr and St. Aug was very clean in terms of penalties in the first half, and then the game kind of devolved. I guess players got tired. Here's a toss in the backfield. Opelousas will drive them backwards. Good defensive showing there by Jonathan Ford, the senior defensive lineman.
Good job that time by Jonathan Ford. Try to get a toss play. He gets off a block, gets in the backfield, engages with the offensive lineman. We always talk about that as a D lineman. Once you engage in the block, extend those arms, release, find the football. That's something Jonathan Ford did that time.
Natchitoches Central will lose 3 yards on the play. Now 2nd and 13 for the Chiefs. Keeper for Wilson. Back pocket, catch is made. Won't be enough to move the chains, but they got some yards back. Caden Kuykendall with his first catch of the game.
And right here again, they fake the sweep, give it to Kuykendall in the backfield. They have a lot of creative offensive plays for Natchitoches Central. I love what they're doing.
Timeout.
Timeout call. We'll step aside and come back. More third quarter action with Opelousas ahead 20-6.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
5 minutes, 7 seconds left in the third quarter.
Timeout, Opelousas. We come back here. It's now 3rd and 5, and Natchitoches Central trying to move the chains here. Some pressure coming from the line. Smith gets this one away, and pretty good blanket coverage there by number 13, Landon Hammond.
Good job that time by Landon Hammond playing the cornerback position. They do the RPO slant route, but he did a good job of getting his hands on the wide receiver, making the play.
Trying to get Dylan Braxton, leading receiver, involved. That'll bring up 4th and 5, and Smith will stay on the field with the offense.
And if I'm Natchitoches Central, again, I'm attacking this middle of the field, Garrett. If you see there's nobody in the middle of the field, let's see if they can try to get a little in route, even a slant, to see if they can pick up this first down.
Howard picked up a blocker. Pass almost picked off by Kyron Moore, and a turnover on downs, no flags, and the Opelousas defense stands tall.
Great job that time by Kyron Moore. They fake the blitz. They drop out the linebacker. Kyron Moore gets his head around, almost makes an interception. Great job, great play that time by Kyron Moore. Outstanding play.
Almost like Darian Anthony wasn't expecting the ball in the end zone. Our game tonight is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Real Magic. By MMR, building on a tradition of success. By Ochsner and the Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. And by Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Opelousas takes over, running up to about the 20-yard line with number 22, Deshaun Ford.
And when you're up a couple scores like Opelousas is, it's good to have a back like Deshaun Ford that you can lean on, run the football, and kill some clock.
The Tigers scored on their first possession here in the third quarter. They've scored on 3 of their last 4. The only other instance, there was an interception thrown by Malva. Man in motion is Major. Ford lets the defender speed by him, slices forward. And I think if they're able to punch a touchdown in here, then the clock really becomes an enemy to Natchitoches Central.
It does. And that time, again, Natchitoches Central was able to stretch Deshaun Ford east and west, and that's what you want to do. Get him going east and west. When you do that, you give yourself more opportunity to bring him down. So third long situation for Opelousas. Let's see if they take advantage of this man-to-man coverage that Natchitoches Central is doing.
Show up and show out. It's third down. Make some noise.
Cody Major, the junior, in the backfield. On third down, he'll finish about 1.5 yards, 2 yards shy of the first down marker. Major running behind a massive offensive line. Got guys going 6'2", 6'2", 6'5", 6'3". Can't get it done there, though. 4th and a long 1. Ford handles kickoffs. I don't know if on 4th and 1 they're going to let him go for it here, potentially punt it. If they don't get it, Natchitoches Central can get right back into this game. Deshaun Ford, and he's well past the marker for the first down. Everybody in the stadium knew what he was doing with that ball, and they still couldn't stop him.
They did. He went to the sideline to get a break. His break didn't last long. Ryan straight dive up the middle. Wastes no time. Picks up the first down. Very gutsy play call from Coach Zachary and his Opelousas offense, but he has confidence that they can pick up the first down. That's exactly what they did.
How about the middle of the offensive line? Chris Rito, Shane Broussard paving the way on the 4th and 1. Toss out. Ford. They can't seal the edge. He still turns the corner, though, for about a 5.5-yard gain.
Second down, Tigers.
Deshaun Ford that time says, look, Coach, I need just a little bit breather. He walks off on the sideline. Well deserved. Definitely needs a breather. He's been a workhorse tonight for this Opelousas offense.
Coach Zachary talking with the official. Now 2nd and 4 for his offense. Ball squarely on the 35-yard line. 2 wide receivers at the top of the field. Got so much space on the other side of the hash. Good cutback by Major, who's got the first down.
That's the first
Great
down
cut this
for the
time by
Tigers.
Cody Major, following his offensive guard on that pull block. sticks his foot in the ground and gets upfield.
In the third quarter.
A little over 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Opelousas trying to add to their lead. Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Official blows his whistle. I don't know if timeout was called. It's at the top of the field, Coach Zachary. And he wants the timeout. He'll bring his team over towards the sideline.
Timeout on the play. Minute 53 seconds in the.
Our game tonight brought to you by MMR, built from values, distinguished by tradition.
No later.
Coach Zachary has the ear of the official. It's like he's doing stand-up comedy. He got a smile on his face. Coach Zachary is making his point. Nice night at Turpin Stadium as the cheerleaders for Natchitoches Central, breast cancer awareness, wearing the pink tonight. Back in action, fresh set of downs for the Tigers. Major picks up 7 yards on first down. We talked about the numbers coming in, Derry. This Natchitoches Central defense was giving up over 7 yards per carry, and when you look at guys like Major and Ford, you're probably going to expect to see a lot of running. They've got to find a way to get a stop here. This game's going to get out of hand.
They do, and I think the defensive coordinator may be kind of scared to send a blitz, because obviously if he sends a blitz and they get to the second level, it's bye-bye, good night, touchdown. So, but you got to take risks. If you take risks, maybe you can get a turnover and see if you can get this ball back into your offensive hands.
The handoff, and with the spot, I believe they've got another first down on the hard running by Major. Austin Sewell was there on the tackle, and that does move the sticks.
See right now, Opelousas is being very methodic in this offense, taking their time. They're letting that play clock run down, running the football, and running this clock out.
Less than a minute remaining in the third now. Not sure if timeout was called. The Tigers were heading towards their sideline. They're going back out on the field. Deshaun Ford has been the workhorse tonight. And when you watch him when he's not running the ball, he's a little slow. Making sure to conserve all that energy. Ford in the backfield now behind Malvo. It's a keeper by Malvo. Turns the corner. He's at the 40. First down and picks up 15 yards on first down. How about Zacchaeus Malvo, the 6-foot senior, already with a passing touchdown on the night. He's done great to distribute in this offense.
He has 4.4 speed. The guy can beat you with his legs right here. Obviously gets to the edge on his quarterback sweep. They probably want to get him more involved in the running game. And right here again, hits his favorite target, Corey Fano, for the touchdown. So he can beat you throwing and running. Great senior quarterback, like you said earlier, great baseball player as well. So expect big things going down the stretch for Zach Malvo.
Hand off to Ford, right side. First man can't tackle him. Gets past the defensive yard marker. And what has to be the 6th or 7th first down on this drive. They are just racking them up, and Ford finally slowed a little bit, limping down the sideline.
17-yard line. It'll be first down, Tigers ball.
Definitely like to see that from your bell call. Maybe fell on his ankle or something like that. But great job of keeping his balance and picking up, like you said, the 100th first down of this drive. It seemed like they were picking up a first down every time they touched the ball.
Time running out on the third quarter. Opelousas with a 20-6 lead over Natchitoches Central. We've still got plenty of football left on the LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Don't go anywhere, folks. Tigers looking to punch another one in when we return here at Northwestern State.
End of the quarter.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep. Lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play!
Welcome back in to Turpin Stadium. Fourth quarter action between the Opelousas Tigers and the Natchitoches Central Chiefs. This is the start of the fourth quarter. Opelousas has enjoyed the hard running of Deshaun Ford, who has gone over 200 yards rushing tonight with a pair of touchdowns. Zach Malvo waiting for the officials to let us come back from the break. While we got a moment, let's thank the Northwestern State University officials who did a great job helping us prepare for this Thursday night game of the week on the LHSAA network. Took care of our staff, got us everything we needed in terms of technical restraints. We appreciate everything that they've done for us to get this on the air. It's a busy weekend for them. They've got high school football games here, and then of course the Demons taking on Texas A&M Commerce this Saturday. You can catch that game on ESPN Plus, a 2 p.m. kickoff here at the stadium.
The hospitality has been tremendous. This is my first time in Natchitoches, Garrett, and
the City of Lights.
The City of Lights is a tremendous city, tremendous atmosphere, and a great opportunity for these young men to play in a college football stadium.
The officials are ready for us to get back underway to start the fourth quarter. Natchitoches Central going with 7 guys in the box, trying to slow down this tough rushing attack for the Tigers. Deshaun Ford is back, and now across the field, Jimmy Zachary is talking with the head official. I don't know what he saw that has us slow to start the fourth quarter. Both coaches, Coach Zachary and Brad Laird, in his first season with Natchitoches Central, but not his first season as a high school football coach. He spent 4 years at Ruston. And the Panthers made the playoffs all 4 years under his tutelage, 2013 to 2016. In fact, his first playoff win ever as a high school coach came against Natchitoches Central. Ford back in the ball game, 200 yards already under his belt. Here's a keeper by Malvo. He's got one man to beat. Turns the corner, and he'll head out at the 5-yard line. Malvo, who got injured in the last game, making sure to take care of himself. He's done a lot of running tonight. Maybe you give this ball to Ford for the final 5 yards.
Right there, number 20, the safety, got sucked in too much. Let his eyes get undisciplined, went after the running back, and Malvo was able to turn the corner and pick up positive yards. And that's what 4.4 speed looks like.
Malvo with a smile on his face. He's got his team first and goal at the 5-yard line. So a 200-yard rushing game for Deshaun Ford. See if he can add another touchdown, or if Natchitoches Central's defense can get a stop. Ford drives forward, picks up 2 yards. Tackle made by Jermaine Thomas, the senior defensive back.
Right there, Natchitoches Central did a good job of penetration. Jermaine Thomas holding on for dear life, makes a tackle for this Natchitoches Central defense. And Opelousas are going to take their time. I don't think, Gary, they're not in a rush to do anything. And let this clock run down and lean on his offensive lineman and see if they can punch in the end zone and try to put this game away.
Ford makes contact, blows through the defender for his third touchdown of the night. More than 300 yards rushing for the Tigers. More than 200 belong to that man, number 22.
Deshaun Ford, straight up the gut, halfback dive, and you got to make a business decision that time. And I think the safety low made a business decision, made the right decision to get out the way. Deshaun Ford is a grown man, Garrett.
There's a reason that the heavyweights are recruiting him. Alabama, Miami, LSU, Auburn, Florida State. They all want his services out of Opelousas, Louisiana. Tigers are going to attempt the extra point here. It's up. And again, they've missed their second extra point of the night. This one goes a little wide, but boy, I'll tell you what, Deshaun Ford put a lick on Jeremy Lowe, and he's in the end zone.
Nice dive. Up the middle, great look that time at Deshaun Ford.
Hey, don't forget about the LHSAA Power Hour, Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. The LHSAA Network brings you Power Hour, an in-depth look at influential figures in high school sports in Louisiana. The show dives deep into the careers and moments of each guest as we feature those who have been the pillars in the Louisiana high school landscape. Check out the on-demand section as well. When you're on the app, there's all kinds of content on the LHSAA network after our game. Go explore a little bit. Plenty of content to keep you busy. That's a pretty big names, Derry, on Power Hour. You know, it's not just football, though we have had some big name coaches. You'd love to see the guys like Tyrus Thomas, who's still somebody who's involved in the community, to come back, kind of talk about his career at McKinley and LSU and things that he's doing to help players around the state. We'll have longtime Baton Rouge media personality and football coach Barrett Murphy on next week's Power Hour that you can catch Tuesday at 7 p.m. Nice long kickoff return for the Chiefs could get them back into this ball game. Just under 11 minutes remaining, and they trail by 20. That one hops at the 15-yard line. Lowe with the spin move. This could be just what the doctor ordered. He's up to midfield before being pushed out by Ford.
And this is what you want to see in Natchitoches Central. You want to see fight, not giving up. You don't want to take any play lightly. You don't want to take any play for granted. And that time, Jeremy Lowe picks up great yardage on the kickoff return.
33 yards on the kickoff return.
First down, great run.
Back out on the field, junior quarterback Owen Smith. Smith on the season completing 57% of his passes. Takes his time. Overthrows the defender at the 30-yard line. I like the option to pass on first down, try and move the chains.
Just because you're down 3 scores, you don't want to throw in the towel. So you still want to run your game plan, work on things that you need to work on. If they need to improve on their passing game or improve on certain route concepts, this is the time to do it.
Three wide set, man in the backfield. Max protect on the offensive line for Natchitoches Central. Looking for their first home win of the season. That one's tipped. Nice defensive pressure. Opelousas had Corey Amos come in, the big 6'4" linebacker.
Corey Amos coming from his 3-4 outside linebacker position, getting his hands up, knocking that ball down. Had a kind of quiet night tonight. This is a guy who has great potential, great upside. Anytime you're looking for a 3-4 outside linebacker, this is what you're looking for, a guy with great length, great bend off the edge, and Corey Amos is going to make a college happy one day playing on Saturdays.
Smith reverses course. Amos can't get him. Calls for his receiver to go downfield. Cuts between 2 defenders. Still on his feet at the 40. Smith finally brought down by Opelousas' defense.
With the game, first down. Move those chains.
Just shy of 15 yards on this scamper. He probably covered 40 yards, though.
Great job by Owen Smith that time, avoiding Amos. Was looking downfield, didn't see what he liked. Cut upfield again, cut across the field, which is always dangerous when you cut across the field, but gutsy play that time by Owen Smith.
Travis Esprit gets the tackle. And then running into the line, Jonathan Ford, the big man in the middle, gets another tackle.
On the play. Second down.
Picks up another
Chiefs.
loss on the tackle.
Jonathan Ford is a guy we watched last year in the Superdome. Had an outstanding game. Great defensive tackle, very quick off the ball, uses his hands, engages with the offensive lineman. Once he engages, he finds the football. A lot of times, young high school D linemen, they just get onto the block and they stay glued to the blocker. Not Jonathan Ford. He gets off the block and makes plays. Extremely impressed by the play of Jonathan Ford.
2nd and 11. Let's go 4 wide for the Chiefs. Smith has plenty of targets. Almost like a screen. This one into the hands of Newton, and he'll be tackled right around the 35-yard line. That one did not develop as they planned.
6 yards on the play.
Great time that time by his Opelousas defense, sniffing out that screen pass. Everybody stays in the lane, pursuit to the ball. Then the inside linebacker, Travis Esprit, makes the play.
Timeout call.
Timeout with under 9 minutes remaining. Natchitoches Central trying to keep this drive alive.
8:56.
Natchitoches Central 3rd and 17 for junior quarterback Owen Smith. Trying to move the sticks here, down 20. Smith doesn't have a lot of time, forced out of the backfield. He just picked up 15 yards on a scamper. He's got another long first down run, and he's out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Number 8, Owen with the run. First down, Natchitoches Central Chiefs.
That'll make you grit your teeth a little bit as a head coach.
It is, and I think tomorrow when they go watch this film, Owen Smith's going to look back on this and say, man, I wish I would use my feet a little bit more. Sometimes, as quarterbacks, you want to be this great pocket passer and make the great play with your arm. But it's okay to use your feet sometimes. And I think moving forward down the season, he's going to look back at this and look, if I use my feet a little bit more, I think we put ourselves in a position to score some points.
Flag flies from the sideline. This will be an infraction on the defense. Might have been in the neutral
Dead
zone.
ball, encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty. First down.
1st and 5. That should move the ball up to about the 20 for Natchitoches Central. See where they place it. This one's actually going inside the 20 for the Chiefs. We talked about some of the sophomores that are getting starting time for Natchitoches Central, the class of 2027. Coach Laird said that what he's trying to instill in this team is the game of life. The Chiefs need to learn what it takes to be successful and put it into practice. When these guys are winners off the field, the outcomes on Friday night are going to be different too. Here's a shot at the end zone. Just not quite able to get to it in time. That one hits the deck as Dylan Braxton can't quite keep his feet.
For Dylan Braxton.
Right at that time, Owen Smith tries to get Braxton down the sideline, just overshot him. Great coverage, though, that time by the defender from Opelousas, number 5, Caden Arvey.
But there is a huge group of sophomores on this team, Derry. I think if we come back and check on the Chiefs in 2 years, they're going to be much improved under Coach Laird.
They are, and like you brought up the point, he wants them to be champions in life and everything they do. It's no coincidence. If you take care of business off the field, in the classroom, how you treat other people, it translates to the football field, and that's what he's trying to instill in this football program.
This is a manageable 2nd and 5 from the 18. Hard tackle, flags fly. Still moving the pile forward. Hopefully it's not all for naught. Kelton Howard. We'll see what the flag is. Natchitoches Central, that's against Opelousas, and they'll move it. 1st and goal coming up for the Chiefs.
Ball's placed at the 6-yard line.
Right, Kelton Howard gets upfield, follows his big offensive lineman around that pool, power play, keeps his feet churning. And Garrett, this is what I like to see. He's not giving up. He's playing hard, keeping his feet pumping, and picks up a 1st down for this Natchitoches Central offense.
Howard's in motion. Here's Smith. Underthrows the intended target. I like the play call to Britton. Just couldn't get it to him in time. There was some pressure from the defensive line of Opelousas.
He's 2nd down, Chiefs.
We mentioned that there have been a couple of coaching changes at Natchitoches Central. Just looking for a little consistency on the staff. And this 5A program could be on the rise.
Try to get a little delayed throwback to Mason Britton. He's another good-looking prospect. Again, another junior on this football team. So if I'm Coach Laird, you know that you got some young guys, some young horses who play hard. The future is extremely bright for this football program.
2nd and goal from the 6. Little toss, left side, headed into the end zone. Touchdown! Jordan Carpenter. That'll make the ball game a little bit more interesting. A 6-yard sweep near sideline, and Carpenter, with his first carry tonight, finds the end zone.
Great job that time by this offense. Jordan Carpenter, a sweep on the edge, gets in the end zone for this Natchitoches Central offense, and that counts as a touchdown pass too for Owen Smith. A little toss, they count as a touchdown pass, so he can pad his stats a little bit.
Junior wide receiver gets in the end zone. They're going to go for 2 here. Smith double pumps, and that one's knocked away. The intended target was Howard. Still manageable though. 2 touchdowns, and you're back in this game. Could have gone to him a little earlier, I think.
Absolutely, he could have had him in the backfield. He also looks like he had De'Aaron Anthony in the back of the end zone for a wide open 2-point conversion as well.
Well, for Natchitoches Central, it's been a long time since their last playoff victory. The Chiefs upset Warren Easton in 1999 by a score of 28-7. And even though the Chiefs have made the playoffs 9 times since then, every season has come to a close without a postseason win. I think that's something that Coach Laird and his staff want to rectify this year. Your upcoming schedule, it doesn't get any easier. C.E. Bird, who has just 1 loss on the season, they'll be on the road at Shreveport in district play. And then at Airline, who's undefeated with Ben Taylor at quarterback, the best, like 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns for Airline. Huntington and Benton, and then finally a look at the playoffs for 2024. Yeah, that is a monster district. We talked about it, 8 teams, and you never know who you're going to draw in any given season. They were dealt a pretty tough hand.
And they were, and that's what you want as a competitor. You want to compete. You want to compete against the best. We did a game last week with Edna Carr and St. Aug. We talk about the Catholic League, one of the toughest leagues in the state and the leagues around even the country. But this district can hold its own against anybody in this state. It's only going to make Natchitoches Central better.
Trailing by 2 touchdowns. They will put a boot into this one. No onside kick.
Flag on the play.
Flags fly. Caden Arvey, the junior, returned it for Opelousas.
Right now it's on the 38-yard line.
Holding. Number 11, White.
Penalties against
Cody Major, 26, popped for the hold.
And as coaches, when you get to the end of the game like this, and you kind of think that you have the game in the book, especially for Opelousas, you could become lackadaisical, and you start getting unnecessary penalties. And we always talk about this a lot of times. It's easy to create bad habits. So you don't want to start getting penalties because you think you won the football game. You still want to go out there and try to play clean football because it can carry over into next week when it could put you in a situation where it can lose you a ball game.
They'll move it back to the 25-yard line to start our drive. Ford in the backfield. He's going to work as a halfback here. Makes a little room for Corey Fontenot, who gets up. Picks up 5 yards on the play. Like you said, a business decision. I'm not trying to take on Ford at 220 pounds.
Right there, time Ford. This time is the lead blocker. Gets around for Corey Fontenot. Lowers his shoulder and, yeah. But you know what? As a running back, he gets a lot of carries. He gets a lot of yards. He can easily say, you know what? If I'm not getting the ball, I'm not blocking. That shows the senior leadership from Deshaun Ford.
Now Major in the backfield. He'll take it from Malvo. They have not attempted a lot of passes. This ball is loose on the ground. Picked up by 23, Derek Baudouin. And Natchitoches Central may have just picked up a turnover. How hard was Cody Major hit on the initial shot? Did it knock the ball loose?
Derek Baudouin. So right, Cody Major, he fumbled the snap. He never had control of the football, Garrett, at any point. Bad handoff, bad mesh point. Never had control of the ball, and Natchitoches Central was able to recover the ball.
I think number 51, Case Singletary from the line, stripped that one loose.
The clock for the fourth quarter.
Now it gets interesting.
One more look, Terry.
Right here. He never really had at the handoff. It was a bad mesh point, and it was sitting on the ground. He never had control of the football.
Johnny on the spot. Baudouin, the sophomore. We talked about that class of 2027, making plays here late in the ball game. Howard takes the handoff. He'll get up to the 25-yard line.
Now,
you know, this is kind of deja vu. Natchitoches Central last week against Houghton had a big comeback. It was a 28-25 game. At the very final horn, they missed a field goal to tie it up. You know, this is a team that has been pushing, trying to get better week by week. Wouldn't it be interesting here if they put another 6 on the board?
And they need to get a quick strike. If I'm Natchitoches Central offensive coordinator, I'm not trying to run the football right now because you're running down the clock. See if they get a quick strike, get in this end zone. And that way you don't run the clock and make another stop on defense, and then you get the ball back and see what can happen.
From the right hash, Smith. That maybe is a designed run. Smith, 25 yards to the house. Wow!
Owen, number 8 for your Natchitoches Central team. Make some noise!
Again, Owen Smith, we talked about it, Gary, going to the second half. Let's see if they get some more quarterback run design plays for Owen Smith. That guy's an incredible athlete. He can run the football. That time they did a delayed quarterback draw, got off the field and scored the end zone. Now they made it a ball game.
26-18, Derry. They've got to have the 2-point conversion here. The extra point is short and no good. And I guess they'll have to come up if they are able to score again with a 2-point conversion there. They were looking to make it a 7-point game. Unbelievable showing, man. Our game tonight is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Real Magic, and by MMR, building on a tradition of success. By Ochsner and the Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute, and by Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Derry, the turnover by Opelousas deep in their own territory gives new life to Natchitoches Central.
It does. We talked about it. That's the opportunity if you're Opelousas trying to put this game away. But when you think you had this game in the grass of your hands, you think it's over with, that's what happens. You always have to play the full 4 quarters in any football game. And right now, Opelousas kind of let their guard down, and Natchitoches Central is back in this football game. They're not going to quit. This is a team, like you said, came back from last week, almost came from behind. They're not going to give up. So Opelousas has to respond. And I know the answer right now for Opelousas is get the ball to Deshaun Ford and see if he can maybe get this thing home. If I'm Natchitoches Central, I have my hair on fire defensively. I'm bringing the house. I'm taking risk and see if they can create a turnover or get the ball back into the offense's hands.
What's really crazy is that the Chiefs have been able to do this without Dylan Braxton, who's really been injured the last couple of weeks. He's not been able to be the main focal point on offense, and they're still getting it done. Kickoff is high and in the air, and will find the end zone. Another touchback for Mateo Restrepo. You see the sidelines fired up over there. And Owen Smith, great job on the 25-yard keeper. He had a man to beat at the goal line, too. Made a nifty little switch and scored the touchdown.
He did. He has some great feet. He can run the football. He has great vision. Anytime you have a quarterback that can beat you with his legs, it's a dangerous threat.
Back out on defense. Opelousas just trying to move the chains here. And they've got the big man back in the game, Deshaun Ford, over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's going to stay in the middle of the field and picks up 2 yards. Ford already a 2-time All-State player, track star for the Tigers.
Right here, gets upfield, great job with number 23, lowering his head and stopping Deshaun Ford from moving any further.
That was Baudouin who picked up the fumble earlier and set up Smith. Six, 7, 8 guys in the box trying to stop Ford. He'll pick up another 3 yards that time, so a manageable 3rd down coming up.
Brought down around 25-yard line.
Not the longest bus ride in the world, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours for Opelousas. Deshaun Ford is going to need some ice.
He is.
He could be busy.
He has a lot of carries tonight, but I think he is in a position to take the heavy workload. The guy works out hard in all seasons to put his body in position to make sure that he gets a lot of carries and take punishment from these Natchitoches Central defenders.
Malvo gives off to Cody Major. Make that 4.
Short of the first down.
And they are short of the first down. It'll be 4th and a long 1. Now you can't gamble here, right? You've got to punt this ball away. You're only up by 1 possession.
You ever heard of Lane
Kiffin? I've heard of Deshaun Ford. Everybody in the stadium knows who's going to get it. If he doesn't, it's going to be a rollout for Malvo. 4th and 1. This could be your ball game. Deshaun Ford powers ahead. He'll move the sticks. They had to have it and got it.
They did. Very risky on your own 30-yard line, but they trust Deshaun Ford. Dive right up the middle, gets up the field, lowers his shoulder pads, and picks up a 1st down.
Gotta love Coach Zachary's confidence in his senior running back, Deshaun Ford. I don't know if you do that against Ruston's defensive line, but what I'm saying is credit Coach Zachary knowing his personnel.
And Natchitoches Central has momentum on offense, so he doesn't want to get the ball back into their hands.
Ford again will be able to tick precious seconds off the clock unless the Chiefs call timeout here. Looks like he picked up 2 yards on that carry.
I think Natchitoches Central, they want to see if they can get it, force a 3 and out or force a turnover downs before they start using their timeouts, because if they do get the ball back offensively, they're going to need those timeouts.
Game clock is running. Play clock still at 25. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Tigers. If Natchitoches Central's defense is able to force them to punt or force a turnover, they're not going to have a lot of time left to try and tie this one. Ford holds on to it with both arms. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
A little short gain on the play brings up
maybe 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3.
3rd down.
Definitely 4th down territory. And if I'm Opelousas this time,
Almost at the 40-yard line.
Let's see if they can get Malvo on the edge. He had some success tonight doing some read options and zone reads around the edge as well. And if I'm this Natchitoches Central defense, I'm keyed in right now on Malvo to make sure that they take the dive man properly and take the quarterback. So let's see.
Here's Major. He needs 3 yards, and he's got the spot. Now under 2 minutes remaining.
They got to use the timeout now. So Natchitoches Central got to use the timeout.
Tigers.
Picked up the first down that time by Cody Major. Sweep off the edge. Gets upfield, breaks the tackle, lowers his head. Picks up a first down for Opelousas.
So the Tigers, with their ground game, looking to solidify this win, leading 26-18, 1st and 10. Tackle in the backfield. There's some effort. Maybe a little too aggressive as Christian Law comes flying in off the D-line. Could be a face mask, the initial show by the head referee.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, 15-yard penalty.
That call is against Central face mask, 15-yard penalty.
Right
See
here.
who it's on.
Looks like, oh, right there.
2 minutes.
Austin Soul gets in the backfield, gets a hand, and sometimes you want to be aggressive, want to make a play, but you want to make sure that you try as a defender, bring those hands with you. You don't want to tackle below the neck.
So a fresh set of downs, ball at the 41-yard line, and another run into the pile.
Timeout, Natchitoches Central.
Timeout for the Chiefs of Natchitoches Central with 2:10 frozen on the clock. Here's the upcoming schedule for Jimmy Zachary's team. They are in district play at Livonia, and then they'll take on Cecilia the week before Halloween, on the road at Brobridge and then Beauchene to close out the season. I'll tell you what, that game against Diesel Solari and Cecilia should be a good one. Last year in the regular season, Opelousas had a big lead over the Lions, and Cecilia came back and stung them 25-22. But Opelousas got the last laugh in the Superdome and got the win 26-13. That game might be able to decide the district title too. It's a great time of year, isn't it, man? We are getting into these district races, looking forward to the playoffs. So much coverage on the LHSAA network. We're glad you're with us here for the game of the week on a Thursday night. 2nd and 7 after the timeout called by Natchitoches Central. They need a stop. Deshaun Ford ripped down by his shoulder pads. He is about 2 yards shy of a first down. 3rd and 2 coming up. Every time they've needed short yardage, they've gone to Deshaun Ford, and he has delivered. Next week game on the LHSAA network, we are pleased to bring you Westlake versus Iota. See what the Bulldogs home cooking looks like Thursday, October 17th at 7 p.m. You can catch it on the LHSAA network and on YouTube. Derry, that's just ahead of the Rice Festival out there. Should be a fun time of year. We can't wait to bring you Westlake and Iota. Certainly a win that Opelousas has to have. They've got big aspirations for 2024. Don't want to see this one slip away if you're a Tiger fan.
No, you don't. You want to finish this football game. You allowed Natchitoches Central to get back in this ball game because simply you thought you had the football game. Natchitoches Central, give them credit. They stayed in the football game, ran their game plan, made every play possible to get back in this football game, and so they positioned themselves to see if they can come up with a stop on this 3rd and short. And if I'm Natchitoches Central defense, I'm bringing the kitchen sink.
Malvo at QB, 3rd and 2. The handoff to Ford, and he's got the first down, and that may have just iced our ball game. He's inside the 20. 35 carries on the night for Deshaun Ford.
Right here again, up the middle. Once he gets those shoulders squared, he's hard to stop. Great physical run. Outstanding running back prospect.
Deshaun Ford with another Farm Bureau first down. 1:47 on our game clock, and it starts to roll. I'll tell you what, Zacchaeus Malvo, when he is healthy and has his full complement, man, this is a dangerous football team.
They are extremely dangerous. Anytime you have a quarterback that runs a 4.4, he has experience. Opelousas is definitely going to make noise again this year in the playoffs.
Major dives forward. He's inside the 15. Heard a whistle blow. Not sure why the clock stopped.
It's like a helmet came off.
Oh, you're
from
right.
the offensive lineman for Opelousas, Grant Lastraps, lost his helmet on that play.
So he goes to the sidelines for a play, and that did stop the clock. Second and 5, can't quite go to the victory formation yet if you're Opelousas. They'll run another play with Major, the junior tailback, in the game. Eight men in the box for Natchitoches Central. Major is brought down. They'll get it up to about the 13-yard line. Tackle by Christian Law. Deshaun Ford coming back on the field. He's got a high five for Cody Major. It's been a huge night for the senior, one of the best running backs in the state. 30 seconds remaining, and he'll be on the field as Opelousas closes out this game. So certainly a compelling game. Good-looking second half between these two. Natchitoches Central, barring some remarkable turnover that allows them to go 80 yards to tie it up. We won't even get another playoff in our game. Opelousas comes away with a much-needed Thursday night win, 26-18 over Natchitoches Central. Congratulations to Deshaun Ford and the Tigers. A big night for the senior, and Jimmy Zachary's club picks up win number 2 in 2024.
Great job by Opelousas coming on the road, getting on the victory, picking up their second win tonight, and see if they can get some momentum going headed into district play. If I'm Natchitoches Central, I'm keeping my head high. You fought back into this game. You have a young football team. Nobody really expected you to be in this football game, especially playing the defending state championship champion. So great job by both teams. They can go to the drawing boards next week and continue to get better.
Darian, I'll be back for post-game wrap-up after this. You're watching the LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Tigers win on the road at Turpin.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
The start of school means the start of new sports seasons, which unfortunately can mean injuries. Too often, sports injuries are treated with opioids, leading to addiction among our youth. And drug addictions can cause overdoses and deaths. If you're injured, ask your doctor for medicines and therapies that don't use opioids. And if you're struggling with opioid addiction, we can offer treatment. Opioid addiction is a losing game. You can help. Learn more at realhelpvr.com. That's realhelpvr.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute.
We've gone final with our LHSAA Network Game of the Week here in Natchitoches as Opelousas takes down Natchitoches Central by a score of 26-18. High up in the booth here at Turpin Stadium, it was a great night for high school football on Thursday. Derry Beckwith, Garrett Walford. Derry, what stood out about this ball game? The rushing attack by Opelousas, certainly vaunted. Natchitoches Central did as much as they could to stop it.
They did. Deshaun Ford brought his lunch pail. He knew coming in tonight they're going to lean heavy on him. He did a great job of being physical, getting downhill, ran for over 200 yards. And if I'm Natchitoches Central, I'm keeping my head high. You fought back into this football game with a young football team. Nobody expected you to be in this football game, but you overcame certain challenges. I think they have a lot to expect and a lot to be proud of moving forward.
That's 2 weeks in a row that Coach Brad Laird's team has fought back after an early deficit and put themselves in position to either tie it and force overtime, potentially keep moving on and trying to get wins. Got a chance to look at some highlights from tonight's ball game, and certainly you're looking at guys like Deshaun Ford, who set the tone early.
He set the tone early. Great physical run right here, picking up almost 50 yards on this play. And right here again on the dive play, Deshaun Ford breaks a tackle. You cannot go in with a shoulder on Deshaun Ford. You need to wrap up. He did a great job that time of breaking the tackle.
First of 3 touchdowns for Ford on the evening. 1 tackle, you got to do more than that. You're not going to bring him down. He took a lot of abuse tonight. On the other side of the field, Owen Smith is able to extend some plays with his legs. He had a couple of gallops.
Owen Smith impressed me tonight. He showed a lot of grit, a lot of confidence, a bright future for Owen Smith. And right here, Malvo using his 4.4 speed, getting to the outside. And like you said earlier, Gary, if he's healthy, this offense is really dangerous.
Gets it to the 5, and Ford powers into the end zone. Great job by him tonight. 2nd touchdown rushing. Smith again. Watch the nifty little move. He goes to the right, and he's inside the end zone. That was in the 4th quarter and brought our game 26-18 down to 1 possession. Here are our final stats from tonight's matchup.
Well, 358 rushing yards. Anytime you can rush for almost 400 yards, you're probably going to win the football game. And they also won the turnover battle. If you win the rushing yards, you win the turnover battle, you put yourself in a position to win every football game.
An interception apiece for the quarterbacks. It was the late fumble that gave Natchitoches Central a chance to score the game, and that's exactly what Owen Smith did. So a fumble and an interception for Opelousas. Penalties weren't too bad for either of these teams. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight for the LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Join us next Thursday at 7 p.m. as Westlake takes on Iota. For Derry Beckwith and the rest of our network crew, I'm Garrett Walford. Good night, God bless. It's football season in Louisiana. We'll see you next week.